My name is Nitram Martin.
I'm Christopher Njiriru.
My name is Anthony. You can just call me Tony. Everybody else does.
Hi, my name is Feizal Ahmed.
I identify as queer in the LGBTQ community. My pronouns are he, him.
I'm a pansexual and my pronouns are he, they.
The big G, just gay.
At the moment, at this exact moment in time, I do identify as gay.
So today I'm here to simply outline the problems we face as queer individuals in Kenya.
And what's your favorite part about being queer?
The sex, obviously. No.
Just being different, it's amazing and it's fun.
Being out loud and proud.
Being able to interact with a wholesome community of individuals with whom you can recognize a part of you in themselves.
My favorite part about being queer is the fact that you are allowed to push the envelope to an extreme level that society will not allow you to be able to have. So I would say it's the fabulosity for me.
Okay.
What is the LGBT community like in Kenya? I would say it's very broad and very expansive in the sense that you'd actually find quite a number of people in different walks of life being also 100% queer. And they also add on to like the differences in how we all communicate. I mean, we all connect. So you could find a lawyer, you could find a banker, you could find this, you could find that. And on the weekend, they also maybe enjoy putting on nail polish. And then another time they enjoy, you know, men, women. But yeah, so I'd say it's a nice community, but it's a bit catchy. Like you can meet the worst of the worst. Yeah,
That is true.
I feel like it depends on where you are or who you are, because for most of the people, it's really hard. That's why most people don't come out, most people don't talk about it, because the moment you do, like you face a lot of, you know, hate and all that shit. So I feel like for most people, it's hard, it's difficult, it's full of pain. But now for the people who have a chance to be in a more understanding society within Kenya, they, you know, they grow, they thrive, and it's fun and enjoyable for such people.
Well, at the moment, my perception of the LGBT community in Kenya is a broad and diverse field of individuals who are trying to strive for a personal identity in a society that's trying to suppress them constantly. So what I'd say the LGBT community is in Kenya is a broad spectrum. We have communities in Nairobi, we have communities in Nakuru, and we have communities in the niches of Kenya, the rural areas, which are hardly non-existent. And these people have a hard time in actually finding or belonging in any place they can call home. So the LGBT community in Kenya is very diverse and very active and what's the word? Show-offy or expressive? Yeah, very expressive within the confines of capitals. But should we go to the rural areas, you'll find the more conservative attitudes of those locations usually put these people under a lot of stress. Part of the reason why I left my conservative town. So yeah.
I feel like when people are getting to know or rather understand themselves and what they're actually into, like out of the many years we've grown to know or been impacted with heteronormativity, and I love how people are actually getting to grow from the heteronormative ways, and people are getting to find out aspects of themselves.
Yeah.
Do you identify as religious in any way? Wow.
Okay, I go.
Okay.
I do not identify as religious. I feel like religion is more of a cult, and it doesn't cater to people's, you know, like feelings and thoughts. It's more about following and rules and do this, don't do that. And I do not identify as that, but I do identify as spiritual. And I believe that there's probably a deity or like some sort of God somewhere who cares about me, and not the religious gods who are like, hey, you know what, I hate you. And these people,
if you do this, you're going to be punished.
Exactly. Yes, that's why I do not identify as religious.
I identify as spiritual as well because for a very long time I was a very staunch Muslim, and it was great, fabulous, but you know, it became such a how do I say this? Doesn't sound good, but like a toxic environment that wasn't really like helping me with my mental health in the extent of I like going to the mosque on Friday. So like you go to the mosque on Friday and you just hear the most slanderous things about the LGBT community, and that used to really piss me off. So that I decided, if we're currently on this planet, right, as people, then evidently there has to be an energy and a power that goes through you, and in that extent, you're the only one who decides what direction you want to take it in. Yes, I do believe in God. I'm not an atheist, but it means that I don't necessarily have to go to the mosque to be able to, try and get a connection or pray or something.
Oh, he's not religious. Oh. No, I am not religious at all. I am an atheist, and I think the concept of God in the religious sense is ridiculous. Okay.
Done.
So the next question, do you struggle with your sexuality, or have you always been sure of your identity? Yes.
I'm one with the belief that identity is in a constant state of radical evolution. So yes, there is a moment when I have had some sort of doubt with the concept of my sexuality. Usually moments when, I'm very low or broke. But, okay, that was a joke. Don't take that seriously. There had some moments when I had some deliberations on whether, hey, maybe wouldn't it be easier if I could just find a means to conform to a society that champions for heteronormativity so that I can fit into the crowd and be less visible with this concept of being gay. But I came to realize that identity is not a thing that you can morph with your will to sustain you through a certain environment so that you can survive. It's something that manifests itself constantly, and willing it to be something that it's not will just lead into some dissonance, some conflict of interest in the mind, so that you find yourself exercising one thing, but inside yourself you are something else. It fucks you up, okay?
Extremely.
It fucks you up.
Yeah.
So I'm at that point where, like, you know what? I'm not going to ride this car uphill on second gear. Let it just flow, okay? Wherever it goes, let it go. So that's where I'm at.
I think I used to struggle with mine a lot because, you come from a very staunch Muslim family as well. It becomes a bit difficult when you're constantly being sent to weddings and you're now you're betrothed. And I'm like, girl, where's your brother? Where's your brother? But yeah, I struggled with it for such a long time until I decided that it's time that because I used to be very pessimistic, negative and everything. And I just decided it's time that I actually sit down with this, have a conversation with myself and understand where it's coming from and why it's me. And then from there now, I'm skyrocketing. Yeah.
This would also answer why I am non-binary right now. My pronouns are he, they. Because I feel like with growth, I've reached to a point where I feel as if of gender euphoria. Like I've known how to balance my feminine side and my masculine side. Yeah, so that also, it has also like really helped me a lot with my sexuality. At a point, I didn't really get it. But I guess with time and with a lot of information, with very supportive friends, with time I got to like understand and really put myself in a position where I understand this is what I want and this is what I go for.
Yeah.
Yes, I think most of us do, or have struggled with sexuality. I do because even within the LGBTQ community, there are also other struggles. Like to decide, okay, so now who are you? Are you this, or are you that, or are you in between? And it's quite hard, especially if you've grown up being feminine and you have to now, community, inside the community and people from the country, and it's such a struggle. And especially because I've even not discussed my sexuality with close family members apart from two. So now I feel like I am still not happy until I have told them and I finally know what they think about my sexuality. That's when I think I'd be comfortable with my sexuality. Although I have known that I was queer from class 4.
Class 1.
Class 1, yeah, from a long time ago. I'm happy with that because there's some people who struggle They
Oh
come
my
to find
God,
out,
yeah.
like, very much
Very
later
much
on.
later.
Married with kids.
I know.
Spare
like,
me. Shy.
And then they're like always like so problematic. But I think
I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
Does it matter, like, what the perception of your family will entail even after you tell them?
like at least I'll stop having questions in my head once I have told them. If they're like we do not like that, then at least now I'll be like, okay, I'll separate myself from them. If they do accept me, then I can be more open to them and experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, because the possibility of repercussions is not zero.
But that's the journey you have to go through. It's life.
But
never-
I also don't get why that should be something we have to go through.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the full coming out story. Why should I come out to my friends? I don't feel like
you need
cis
to
het men have to like come out to
come
them.
out.
For their friends, yeah. Oh my God, mom, I'm straight.
Yeah, I also don't get why we should also like have a come out story to like the people around us.
Well, obviously, at some point, someone's going to notice you're different in some shape or
I know.
form.
You ain't lying.
What are you gonna do? You're just gonna bring your friend over
Every time.
Every time.
Then you playing FIFA
FIFA
all day.
all day to your 40s, buy a house with your
This is my friend.
your roommate.
You should just wear highlighter and go for a family gathering. Oops, sorry, I fell and I'm now glowing. What would you say to young people struggling with their sexuality today? I would say be safe, first of all. Very safe, because this world is not your home. Secondly, I would say take your time, understand yourself, explore it, see what you like, what you don't like, where you want it to go, where you don't want it to go. Experiment a lot on different things that like pertain to who you are as an individual. Like, maybe I like wearing, dresses. Maybe I like wearing small shorts, maybe makeup. Like, explore on yourself and see where you lie as an individual. And then don't think it's forever. It's not a bad life, it's a bad day. So don't take everything too seriously.
So what would I say to young people? Come out, wherever you are. No.
Straight to the point.
No, it's not easy coming out. So don't do that if you're not ready. Just be comfortable with yourself first. Assess. Guy, it's like we're robots. Assess every single like location and situation that you're in before. Especially in dangerous situations, like you should know where you are and who you're dealing with.
So for me, if you're really struggling as a youth, first I tell you to try keeping safe. The streets are not fair, the streets are rough. It's not uncommon seeing people being insulted for just dressing in a certain way. And two, if you're not ready to come out, please don't. Then the final thing I'd say is, at the end of the day, I feel like you will get people who will love you. You'll really find your tribe, for lack of a better word. You'll really find the people who you stay in sync with.
Okay, so for me, to the young people out there, or anyone who's struggling or wondering or questioning or deliberating whether or not they are what they think they are, I'd just like to say, find your rhythm. We're all living on this world and we are all here and our destination is one. Now, as long as we are living in this place, a lot of us would like to think that we would find that one person who would tell us how we are supposed to live our lives and say or do the right things. But there comes a point when you have to realize that all that is fucking shit. Do what you need to do to be who you are. Understand your environment, what you can and what you cannot do, but always realize that your thoughts are your own and you're the only narrator of your own destiny. You get to write that yourself, okay?
Yes.
So just keep safe and
I want to add one more. Don't get on Grindr if you're like wondering about your sexuality.
Oh, yeah,
You go get blackmailed ati umepigiwa simu, umetoa 50k hata na ulikuwa nafuliza. Girl, no
it's
time.
filthy down there.
Yeah, don't just figure it out slowly.
Figure it out slowly. There's time.